Hi everybody, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft, and I came on a few days ago to share these diorama cards, and I asked if anyone would like a tutorial, and I've been inundated with messages and emails about making a tutorial, so that's what I'm going to do. I put them on Facebook and I had quite a lot of people saying, oh, what dye is it that you used? But it's not actually just one. I didn't buy a dye to make this whole thing. I've just made it with separate dyes, so that's what I'm going to show you, and also just the whole thing of how I've put it together. So I'm going to do a couple just to show you that you can use really anything that you've got, you know, where regarding frames and little trees and whatnot. So we're going to make this shape one today. Again, this die is from Suprise Creation. As I've said many times, their dies are perfect for this. So what I've done is I've chose the third smallest from the largest. So I've chose third down. What I've done is I've just cut one plain one, okay, then I've cut another two out, and then what I've done is I've gone down another two sizes and I've cut the middle of them out, and the middle bit that you get out of them you can keep them for other things because it's quite a lot of card. So that's what I've done. One plain, and I've cut two with a frame. Then what I did for this frame was I took the same one that cut out the middle, then the next size up, and I created these little like borders for them, okay, and they are going to get stuck on to the front like that. So I've done two of them, obviously, and what I did was I cut it the wrong size, so I'm going to line this on the back, but I used an embossing folder and some like sparkly stuff, and this was meant to be the actual back, but I cut it the wrong size. So what I'm going to do instead is just layer it up on the inside like that. Thought that would be nice to have an embossed piece. Now to create the like snow hills and stuff, what I've been using for that is these kind of dies here. I picked these up from AliExpress last year. I haven't got the link for them, but if you just put in border dies, I'm sure you'll be able to find them, but you might have something anyway. And I've just created that, so I'll show you what I do with these. So I've done 3 different sizes because you want to start small, medium, and then you want a wider piece for the very back. And as you can see, you just put them on and they already cut out these kind of, you know, hill shapes. That's what I use for that. And for example, they will just get stuck round the back of the frame like that. If there's any peeping over like there, you just snip them off with the scissors. It's that easy really. That's how I create the snow. So I think we'll put this together. Obviously I'll speed up any bits that you don't need to see. So I'm going to glue the background on first. So that's what you should have, a piece for your back, 2 of these little frames for this style card anyway. Now let's move on to the snow. So for example, I'm going to have this as the front, very front of the card, So I want the snow, I don't want it too high because we're going to have another piece on there and then a piece on the back. So just decide where you want it. Okay, so somewhere like that. And then, like I say, if there's any little pieces sticking over, which there will be here, I'm just going to snip them off. I don't measure it or anything like that. I just snip them off, and then I know that it's going to get stuck like this. So then I just put a little bit of glue just along the frame, and then I just line it back up. Somewhere I had it, yeah, and then that will just stick onto the inside, and there we go, you've got your first little hill, snowy hill. Now the next piece, I want the snow to be, you know, a little bit higher, so probably somewhere there, and then what I normally do is just put them together so I know where they're going to come to. So I might even bring this one down a little bit, so I want it about there. So you can stick it now if you want and then cut them off later, but I'll just trim them off as I go. You'll be quite addicted to making these actually, because I am at the moment. Now we need to join this thing together, and I think this is what's stumping a lot of people, but it's really easy. I'll show you how I do it. So these cards, you can choose basically any shape, as we can see here, as long as the sides are, what's the word, straight or flat. Like you couldn't choose a circle because, do you know what I mean, there would be nothing for, there would be no flat side to join them together. So as long as you've got a small piece or a big piece, you can make them. So what you do is, this will be the side of the card. So I know that I need a piece of card which is 4.5 inches, because this side measures 4.5 inches. Now with this card here, this flat side of the hexagon measures 2.5, so I would need a piece of card that was 2.5. I hope you get what I mean here. So 4.5 my card's got to be. Now the actual depth of them is up to you. I've made mine all about 2 inches deep, but then we also need to allow for our little bits to hold them together. So I'm going to make this obviously 4.5, and then I'm going to make it 2.5 inches wide. Okay, so as you can see, it would fit there on the length. The 2.5 is going to be the depth, but then we also need to score it so we can join it onto here and join it onto the back. So 4.5 by 2.5, and I'm going to score each end at 1/4 inch. So just get my scoreboard. So short side 1/4 inch on each side. Okay, and then that will leave us the 2 inches. So we need 2 of these because we've got 2 sides. So again, 1/4 inch on each short side. And we end up with these. Now that's great to join the very top one and the very back one, but the middle one, we need something to join this together. So again, it's 4.5 inches long, so we know we're going to need a 4.5 inch piece card, but it only has to have a piece to stick to here and then a piece to stick to the middle panel, so it only needs to be 1/2 inch wide. So 1/2 inch by 4.5, score it in the middle at 1/4 inch. And again, we need 2 because we've got 2 sides. And then I think once you see it put together, you'll understand how you can adapt them to any kind of frames that you've got. So we need to fold these in the middle on the score lines. And then we need to fold the little score lines on both of these. Okay, so we'll take the bit that's going to be the middle panel, just turn it over, and then we need to, well, hang on, turn it back the right way, because what we're going to do is basically this is just going to get stuck onto there to create this little kind of flap. Okay, so just turn it over and we're going to stick it straight down there. So we want glue on here, and actually I'm going to stick mine this way. I think it makes it a bit easier to see what you're doing. Just to the score line. Okay. And that's what you'll end up with. Okay. And then obviously you want the other side on. So that is how you put on the bits of card to join this to the actual diorama. Okay, so now I always start with the first piece. So take your big wide pieces, any one of the sides. You're going to glue your front, what will be your front panel, just like that, like you've done with the sides, but obviously these are wider. So you want to glue this together. And then you can also put this one on. And then we'll just start putting the little trees and decorations in, and we'll close it up, and basically that's it. But as I said, I'm going to show you another one, another shape, a couple of little different ideas as well. So that is the basics of it. Okay, so now we can decorate these. We don't have to have these stuck in. I mean, you can just do them before we glue it all together. Okay, so I've cut out again some of these little trees, and I've cut them out of white glitter foam. I've used these trees loads of times. Again, I'll put the link for them. I'm just trying to get them, but that's them there. You get two and the lovely trees. So I've cut 2 big ones and the small one. Now this time I'm not going to put anything, any trees or anything on the very front one. I did on this one, but I'm not going to with this one because I might do something else with that. So they're just really going to go on the middle panel and the back panel. So you just have to decide where you want them. So I might put one just here, and then I might put a small one there and a large one there, and you can just look and see, you know, just put it kind of over the top and see if you would be happy. So I'll move that one because you wouldn't really see a lot of it. It would cover that one. So I'm just going to glue this one on here. So we've got our very front panel with the 2 pieces. So now I want to add the middle panel to it. So all I do is put it on the side because I know that we're going to need it like this. So this space here, I'm just going to try and glue this in the middle of it. I mean, you could mark it and measure it at 1 inch across there if you wanted to, but I'm just going to eyeball it. So I want glue down here, and I'm just checking I'm putting it the right way, not upside down. So I'm going to try and get this in the middle, which I think that looks okay there. Put a little bit more glue down here. This seems to be, I don't think I've put enough glue. Okay, so now you will have this, okay, and then we're going to take the back one. Now this one, you will put this little bit on the back so it'll be hidden at the back. So you want glue again down here, and then you want to glue that just on there. Okay, so that is what you will have. Now I probably could have glued that one maybe a little bit more that way, but it, you know, it's not majorly important. So you want glue on there, and then what you want to do is just as if you were going to close it, just and then stick that there, and it should then go in the right place of where you need it so that it folds flat. So just drag it over and just press it down on the other side. and then when you open it, can you see it's gone in the exact place where I need it. And then again, this bit here, you won't glue down this edge here. And then that will get stuck to the back like that. Just make sure it's stuck because this card is really thick. It's 300 GSM, it's beautiful, but you have to make sure you get plenty glue on it. And there you go, that is how you do them. So totally flat to post, so there's no problems there, and they stand up beautiful. So what I might do for this one is, I've got another one of these Let It Snow. I might put this one on the front there instead, because last time I put one up on the back. So I think I will put that just there. Okay, so there we go. That is how I make them. Beautiful. So as I said, we're going to do another one with a different shape and a couple of well, just a little different way than some of the things you can try. Okay, so the next card that I thought we could do was, I've just tried something a little bit different. So as you can see, again, I've made this shape myself. So what I've used, again, Suprise Creation Stores, I've used these large rectangles, and I think it was, let's have a look. So yeah, the third largest again. So I've cut one, I've cut, how many have I done? Because we're going to also, this time, we're going to have 4 panels. So I've cut 3 out with the apertures out in them, and then I've cut 1 just, you know, plain with the third largest die. And then for the apertures, what I did was I used Suprise Creations large ovals, and I cut out an oval centre instead of just having the same shape. I thought it would be nice to try a different shape, and I think this is the the 5th largest die. Something sticky on there. So that's what I did, and I thought it would be nice to try something a bit different there. So you could cut a shape out for your actual card and then cut something different in the middle. You could do a circle, you could do anything really, any shape you want. But again, we can use these rectangles because our sides are flat, but then we can have a different shape in the middle. And then what I've done is I've again used those ovals, and I've cut out, just like I did with this one, I've cut out a glittery black border to go around. So I thought that would look really, really pretty, because black and white goes nice together anyway, and I'm just kind of obsessed with white Christmas cards at the minute, as you know. So what I've done is I've cut 3 of them because we've got 3 with the oval cut out, and that's our plain back panel. Now again, I've just used the same dies for the snowy hills. So obviously we will just pop it on, and if we have any hanging over we'll just snip them off. So I've gone for kind of medium, small, a bit of a medium one, and then just a little bit higher for the back. So I hope you're getting, like, you know, what I'm trying to say about how to make them. It really isn't difficult. So back to this bit again, I've just measured the side and I get 5 3/4 inches. So what I've done is I've cut out 2 which are 5 3/4, and again I've done the same, 2.5 inches wide, and I'll score each side at 1/4 inch, leaving 2 inches, and we will get another one in there because that gap could have been a bit smaller. And then this time we have 3 panels with the holes. This will be the front, but then we need 2 pieces to join them 2 together. So last time I did 2, this time I've got 4 because we've got an extra panel. Again, 1/2 inch wide, but the same length as that, 5 3/4. So I hope it makes sense. So you can adjust it really to any shape and size that you want. Just measure the side. Now generally keep them 2 inches wide, so you would need 2.5 for your 2 score lines. So we'll just quickly score these. Okay, now I'll probably speed most of it up because I'm hoping that you understand how to make them. But I wanted to do this different shape to show you that you don't just have to stick to the same shapes, you can cut out different bits. So the first thing I've got to do is stick all of the little glittery black borders on. I'm then going to go ahead and do the little snowy hills. And then I didn't cut one for the back this time. I've just got the 3 this way, and then obviously we'll have the back piece on, which I don't quite know what I'm going to do. I might cover this one in white glitter, so yeah, I'm just going to get some glitter card and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I decided to put like this white kind of iridescent glitter on the back, and I just cut out another one of these but the next size down. Okay, what I did as well was I went ahead and put the two little pieces that I showed you how to make on the two middle panels, and obviously we don't need one on the front or the back because we've got them that we made. So I think what we'll do is, yeah, we'll start to join it together. Which isn't too bad. I think I could have spaced them out a little bit more, but I'm just really giving you the idea of how they work. But this will be lovely when it's done. And now it's just a case of positioning your little decorations. Now what I wanted to do was these Let It Snow. What I want to do is I want to put this one on the back like this. So I need to work out where it's going to go. Okay everyone, it's finished. Now isn't that just absolutely stunning? That is gorgeous. I can't tip it up too much because those are, what do you call them, 3D pearl effects, and one of them had an air bubble in, so, but I think it'll be okay. But yeah, that is just absolutely beautiful. So I hope it's helped you in how to make your own diorama cards, you know, without like a diorama die. Just do what I said with the sides and whatnot, and you can do them in loads of different shapes. If your die isn't flat at the side, like a you know, a funny shape, you could just use one that is and then cut out a fancy shape in the middle. But that is just so elegant. Yeah, I'll be displaying that this Christmas. I'm not giving this one away. So there's the one we've done today, as well as the first one we made, which that is really pretty as well. So I hope you like them. I'm in love with that one, as well as this one, the one I made the other day. That is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, there you go. So I hope it's helped, and I'll be back again soon with another video. So thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.